So this is where Bill got to last time, to the dashboard page with its three informative blocks: the create and collect, organize, share and network block showing up. And he's now ready to have a look and see whether he'd like to make some alteration in his settings. So he remembers that's up at the top right hand side of the screen, and here's the settings page opened up. Note that Mahara has little blue buttons here and there which tell you what you can do in various locations. So if you're not sure what something does, then go have a look at this little blue information block. We can close that. Here's an opportunity to save your password. You need to know your current password in order to open up the possibility to change passwords. If you need help with this, contact the administrator of the system. It is worthwhile changing your password from time to time to increase the level of security. You should do that with any site that you use on the internet, including places like Facebook and Google and so on and so forth. Here you could change your username, and Bill's got to leave his as postmaster. That'll do very nicely. And here he can make alterations to the way people who are in the Mahara system, the Gaia University ePortfolio system, can connect to him as friends. He's taking the semi-cautionary middle of the road position here that new friends require his authorization. They'll do that for the time being. This one, the HTML editor, will be needing to use that, so make sure that that's checked. It should be preset because it's set in the administration zone of the site. And this email control, if you switch this on, the site will no longer send you emails. Now I recommend that you don't do that because there's not going to be a lot of traffic from this site, and it's much better to arrange your email client to put excess mails into mailboxes rather than not get them at all, because you might miss something quite critical. The internal messaging system in Mahara, it can be set here. You've got three possibilities. There's not a lot of traffic on this, so allowing anyone to send me a message. Bill thinks that's okay. And as far as languages are concerned, we'll primarily be working in English. There are a couple of other languages available just now, German and Spanish, and we'll be adding Arabic and Hebrew to that as time goes on. So it'll be a multilingual site. These two boxes, which already have ticks in them, I'm going to just take them out to demonstrate putting them back in again, as it were. These are controls that I would like to have on. I want to know, or Bill wants to know, how to increase the number of columns on a page when he's building a page. That's a very useful piece of web page building, whether you have 3 columns or 2 columns or one little column on the left hand side and one wide column on the right hand side, that sort of thing. So it's very useful to be able to do that sort of formatting on a web page. He would also like to have multiple journals, definitely. That's a great option. That's like having lots of blogs that he can create on his own site. So yes, we'll have those, please. The maximum tag cloud piece, that's fine as it is, and he's quite happy to have his real name show up, so that's fine as it is. And here, this one, the information about Mahara on the home page, well, for the time being, Bill's going to leave that on because he's just learning the system, and those 3 blocks are a very good reminder of the functionality of the overall system. But Bill also knows that at some stage he'll be ready to not use that space for those basic instructions, and so he'll remember that when he wants to change that situation, he'll come back to the settings page to make that change. Right, so now he needs to save these changes that he's made, and indeed the site very helpfully tells him that those preferences have been saved. Now, just a couple of other places that you can go in this zone, in the settings zone. There's a piece here which is to do with the notifications, which gives you the option to change the way various parts of the system send you emails. For the time being, I propose that Bill just leaves those alone, that they're completely fine as they are, but at some stage he might want to come and fine-tune these settings in here. And you can also have a look to see which institutions he's a member of. So Mahara has the capacity to hold several different institutions. In this case, Bill's a member of the institution which is the 1202 cycle online orientation, which is fine, and so that's a good setting. He doesn't need to make any changes in here. Great. So just to go back to the settings page, we could do that here, and we'll remember that if we ever need to get to it again, if Bill needs to come and do any more changing in here, he comes here to click this top right hand settings button and he can do that. I think we'll just return him to the dashboard so that we are in a good place to go almost anywhere once we set up the next level of activity. So thank you for watching, and next video coming shortly.